Alright, World of Warships here. And as you can see, I am driving my my tier 5 Japanese destroyer, the Kamikaze. And we are on the... Wait, which map is this? Okay, this is the fault line map, domination mode. And I'm headed down towards the A point, along with a reasonably friendly Omaha off here to my right. And while I say reasonably friendly, you're going to see that here in just a couple of seconds. Anyway, we've got some, I would say, challenging matchmaking. It's not bad matchmaking. I don't think you can get, like I said, I don't think you can get bad matchmaking in the Kamikaze, simply because of the your camo values, your speed, your firepower. It's just a matter of taking advantage of the situations as they're handed to you. So anyway, hello, Mr. Omaha, and I'm going to try to avoid swapping paint with this guy as we're headed down towards the A point. But anyway, I'm heading this way, and I'm heading to the outside of this island here simply because I'm thinking that little strait there to the southeast of the A point marker, an enemy destroyer is going to pop up in there. And if not, at least I'll be able to get view range on any cruisers or battleships that are coming through. But the thing is, if you go through that other strait, you run the risk of running into an enemy destroyer at close range. And if you're in a Kamikaze, that's something you don't really want to do. Your primary advantage is being able to stay unspotted from relatively short distances. So, well, as you can see there, yeah, the enemy destroyer went in there and he popped smoke, and I was watching him, and yep, you can't tell from the target track indicator and the fact that he blinked out of sight, but there was a the Kamikaze ran himself aground. So I put torpedoes out, and then I immediately cut left to avoid those anticipated torpedoes. So I put torpedoes out where I thought he was going to be running aground, and also behind him, thinking, of course, he's going to be backing up after running aground. So 2 torpedoes hit, 4 torpedoes miss, 2 hit miss, 4 miss, the 5th one hits. Okay, yeah, so I'm reloading on the torps, and now the Königsberg is coming around. I was getting ready to line the shot up on the Nagato, but I put the torps out on the Königsberg because he is so close, and now I just turn away from him. But here's where I make a huge mistake. And I can't say it's caused by these friendly Omaha torps here. Okay, yeah. Instead of continuing the 180 I had planned to do and going around to the other side of that island, I end up driving through this little strait here. And if you look at the H4 block, you'll see there's a handful of enemy ships there. And I come around the corner, and yeah, I get spotted by the Nagato, but I was sitting there thinking, oh crap, hopefully these guys don't come up behind me too fast. And yeah, watch this. I'm just about to get pounded here. And they set me on fire with like the very first hit. I turn and I'm popping smoke, and I'm just putting some more torpedoes out, just trying to think. At that point, I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna die. Let's see if I can take the Nagato down with me. And turn around the corner. I'm burning. My steering's knocked out. Although I do have the last stand ability, but now I'm behind the smoke. And yeah, look at this. I'm going to burn merrily for a little while. And my torpedoes miss. But on the other hand, our friendly Cleveland just grinds down the Nagato in friendly Cleveland style. So, go ahead and, yeah, like I said, I've learned my lesson now. When we're done here, I am going to be low on health. And when I say low on health, I mean very low on health. I'm going to be down to about less than 20% of my normal health. So, fire's still burning just for a few more seconds, but it's going to be just about done. So, now the plan is to just snipe from a distance harass the enemies with torpedoes from from long torpedo range. I've got a 7-click torpedo range. I think my detection range is about 6.1 kilometers right now. Maybe 6. I'd have to go back and double check, but I know 6.1 is the closest that I want to get to anything. So you can't see the target track marker here because of just the replay glitches, and that Congo out there was moving very, very slowly, and I was wondering if he was just moving slowly because he was doing the variable course and speed thing, but like I said, I fired barely in front of him, so it turns out he was moving slowly. I don't know why, but yeah. So when they make it easy like that, take advantage of it. So now what? I dropped some torps on the Budyoni, and the idea was to, maybe he's going to swing back to his port and come back towards us. But there's so many so many enemy to him ships here that doing so would be a very bad idea, and he wisely decides to swing out and head southeast, and he's going to be running with that New Mexico. So we're slightly ahead on ships now. We just got another kill. The Atlanta up over there just picked up another. The Mayhan over there just picked up a kill and killed one of the enemy destroyers. So now the only enemy destroyers we have left are the Bliskovica, the Mutsuki, and the Grevny. And the Bliskovica, I believe, is harassing our Atlanta from the E line there, and he's running. And at least that's what I thought when I was watching the fire come in on the Atlanta. And like I said, given the accuracy, given the damage that the Atlanta is taking, I'm pretty sure it is the Bliskovica. Then the Mutsuki shows up, and he pops up at the exact wrong place at the exact wrong time, because he's got an Atlanta on one side, he's got the Mayhan on the other side, and the two of them are just working that poor little Mutsuki over. Now the Mutsuki does get torps out on the Atlanta, and again, that's one of the reasons I didn't like the Mutsuki. You've only got 2 triple launchers. I like having the 3 double launchers because I can actually spread my shots out a little bit more. But anyway, the Atlanta takes a hit from the Mutsuki. It's going to be easy for me to dodge these guys, but now the Atlanta's really, really hurting, and as you can see, he is taking massive fire from the Bliskovica out there, and he's only going to be able to suck up another salvo or 2. So I am going to get into the A point, and then if you notice, the B point, and then if you notice, I go in chat and I tell all those guys back in A to move east, because if you look at the map, yeah, we're winning. We've got 8 ships remaining. The enemy has 6 ships remaining, but the enemy has got control of the map, and we're kind of at a point where we could end up driving into the enemy one at a time. Well, take a look at the north. You'll see our friendly cruiser up there, and again, I don't know which cruiser that is. If I had to guess, I would say it's the Furutaka, because I think the Cleveland's still near the A point. But he's going to go down here fairly soon, and that Bliskovica can chew me up. 2 salvos, and I'll be down. So I capture the B point, and I make and while capturing, I made a 180 because I just want to keep the distance between me and the Bliskovica. And to get further distance, I drop some torps in his anticipated track, and not named on the targeting indicator, but just kind of aimed out there. And then I also activate the engine boost just to open and keep the distance open. And then I'm like, whoa, did this guy? Yep, he sure did.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Okay, lucky. I will admit that to anybody who who accuses me uh, of being lucky, I will totally admit that that was a lucky drop. Well, let me rephrase that. There was a lucky hit. Again, I put one set of torps out on his target track indicator. I put the other two sets of torps out kind of in front of it, with anticipating that he was going to either turn away or turn back and try to run towards me. But he knew he was spotted. He knew that there would probably be destroyers out, and he knew that he would probably have to dodge torps. So I think his plan was just turn away a little bit, and he'd get more than enough warning time. And for whatever reason, he didn't. Maybe he was paying attention to something else. I don't know, but he drove straight into my torps. So, enemy Königsberg up here. The Mahan just got smoked by him. I'm chasing, but he's coming around the island here. Our Butsuki, off there to my right, has got sight on the Königsberg, and so you know what? I went ahead and dropped torps, and his guns were facing the wrong way, which is why I let myself get within sighting range here. And sure enough, Königsberg wasn't really paying attention. I think he was looking at at our friendly battleship there, and drove right into my torps. So, and I get a little compliment in chat from Adadog, the Bliskavica that I sunk. And again, he's got to be kicking himself for running into my torpedoes like that. So, anyway, looking around, and I see the Mutsuki going to the sea point. And there's 4 enemy ships left. There's a cruiser and a destroyer, and the destroyer's the Gnemni. And I really don't want to deal with the Gnemni, not to mention the fact that he's all the way across the map. So I turn south, and I start hitting for the enemy New Mexico and the enemy Bugioni. Now, I'm looking at the map again, and I'm sitting there thinking, wait, why aren't we capping C yet? So I look at the Mutsuki, and I don't know what he's doing. I saw him sitting in place in the G4 square a while back, and he was just sitting there. So, and now he's just sitting there in just outside the sea point for no obvious reason. And at this point, we are winning the game handily. We've got six ships to 4, and we're kind of split up. Although we just lost another ship. Who's Dings? Dings is our Cleveland. Our Cleveland just went down. So, like I said, I don't know what's going on with the Mutsuki. I think he disconnected. So anyway, and they pulled some points back because of that kill. So, I'm trying to set up a torp drop on somebody here, and I'm looking at the Bugioni, and he is again he is just outside my torp range at this point. He's kind of coming towards me, but I want to make sure. I want to make sure of one thing primarily, that I do not blunder into his view range, and he is pulling a 180 here. So I'm just based on what I'm thinking he's planning to do. I don't drop torps because I'm pretty sure he's going to pull 180. If he was still coming north, then I would have dropped, knowing that he was going to drive into my torp range. But he's turning around, pulling away from me. Torp drop would have been useless at that point. So, and I do want to drop from my. Again, given my health, given the speed of Bugioni, given my speed and the fact that I'm likely to, if I'm not careful, to wander into his view range, I want to drop from what is going to be close to my maximum range. And like I said, the Bugioni has turned around. He is driving back the other direction. So I'm trying to set up a shot on him. But what I really wanted to shoot at was the New Mexico, simply because he's a big, slow, lumbering battleship. And yes, my target track indicator is on the Bugioni, but I'd already switched over to the New Mexico. and I get detected by the New Mexico's spotter plane. But I'd already dropped, and I dropped from fairly close. And I turned around and started pulling away, and this is going to be a pretty good drop. And I get a little, smart-assed in chat here at this point. Watch it. There we go. You die. And there we go. So, and that is all I get to do. Oh, wait. A little bit of saltiness in chat first. Watch what the New Mexico has to say, and as we count the timer down. Oh, and the Mutsuki did reconnect and cap the C point for us, so good on him. Yep, takes a lot to do that to a lone BB. So with that, how about some post-game stats? So actually, I had a little bit of a panic moment there right at the end of the recording the replay, simply because I hit the stop recording an instant before the replay. The replay ended, and there's still that replay bug where if there's the Bandicam bug where if the replay ends, it stops running the program, and that actually corrupts the video file going on to your recording. So now World of Tanks gives you a few seconds to stop it after the match has been won. As soon as you win it in World of Warships, bang, that's it. And it stops the. It will actually corrupt your video file. So anyway, how did I do? Well, not bad. 467,000 credits, 6,641 experience, 333 free experience, 118,000 damage, 2 target hits. Let's see, I got a first blood, high caliber, the Kraken Unleashed, 4 devastating strikes, 14 torpedo hits, 6 ships destroyed, 10 floodings, although, well, anyway, also picked up a handful of missions, and you'll see a little bit more about those here in a moment. Captured 1 base, assisted in another base cap. So, there we go. Second screen here. Not surprising. Top of the list here. 2,800 base experience, and the 4 awards against six ships sunk. The enemy team overall, had a couple of standouts. The enemy got a couple of kills, but really their team never really gelled. You just get one of those matches where your team seems like it's kind of flailing around, and especially if you get somebody who on the other team who's doing something like I did. So yeah, and good try on the Bliskovica. He certainly could have made a big difference in the match, but he just and again, I'll say for him, it was unlucky to run into my torps the way he did. So anyway, damage caused 118,000, two gun hits, just cause, and then 117,000 for the torpedoes. Only 905 flooding damage, but almost every torpedo hit I got ended up being a kill. It wasn't. It wasn't a 1 or 2 hitter where the guy got to keep sailing. So not a lot of flooding damage. A lot of devastating strikes though. So anyway, going to the final screen, I received 374,000 credits. Got a bonus for the Zulu flag and another contributor, and it looks like that military month contributor might. Oh, that's right. That's right. I had the flag, the military month contributor flag on the ship, and that's a nice one to have because it gives you not only a little bit of extra credits, but a little bit of extra XP as well. So anyway, 454,000 credits profit at the end of that. Received 2,800 base experience. Modified that with 50% flag, the Kamikaze bonus, and then the first victory of the day. So yeah, there we go. And then the Commander XP. Crap. When I took the screenshot. Okay. Anyway, I earned 2,800 base experience. I got the number 1, the Bold to Go, and the Final Frontier bonuses as well. Add that to the Zulu Hotel flag, the military month contributor, the ship's bonuses, 3,800, another 3,800 XP there. So 12,400 experience for the captain. So a huge match. You don't get those too often. And again, it would have been much more fun to watch had it been one of those I'm doing this last minute, last stand type of thing. But like I said, this is more an exercise in strategery and tacticalness than what I was than a really big comeback there. So I hope you enjoyed the replay and hope you learned something. About thinking about your moves and your next moves and what you're going to be doing. And with that, I guess I will talk to you later. Bye.